What if the version of yourself that you always wanted to become or you always knew was possible was available right now? What if you're actually so powerful that you unintentionally were creating your dream life out in the future? And what if one simple shift could bring everything you ever wanted into this moment right here, right now? That's what we're going to talk about in this video. Humans have been born into this externalization system where money is outside of us, wealth is outside of us, success is outside of us, love is outside of us, identity is outside of us. And so when we have this sense of incompleteness, the sense that something is missing, the sense that there's more to life, people immediately start to think, it's this money that I don't have, it's this relationship that I don't have, it's this success or achievement or acknowledgement that I don't have. It's something outside of me that I haven't yet acquired. And that's the trick of the externalization system, is that it's something that we don't have currently, but it's something outside of us. And that's not the truth at all. Our true self, who we really are, it's our energy, it's our essence. And the reason that we have that sense of completeness, that have that sense that something is missing in the first place, is because our physical body, it's always in the present moment. It's always fixed in this physical reality. But our energy can move freely through time and space. That's what allows us to imagine future possibilities, to revisit past experiences. It's an incredible technology, but at the same time, that technology enables us to also lose ourselves, right? We get lost, or parts of us get stuck in the past. When we have these experiences where we didn't feel like we were lovable, we didn't feel valued just for being who we are. We thought we had to be someone that we're not to get our needs met, to be loved, to be accepted. All of these different experiences that we have throughout our childhood or throughout our life that shape who we are, that's literally our energy getting stuck in those moments. And that's why we continue to experience those things or see ourselves in that way as we move forward in our life. So it literally traps some of our energy. That's what creates that sense of incompleteness. And then when we feel that sense of incompleteness, through that externalization system, we think it's the money that I don't have. It's the relationship that I don't have. It's the success and achievement that I don't have. It's whatever I'm missing in my life externally, that's what I need to get to feel whole and complete. And people in the manifestation space or create your own reality space, they're still even focused on those external things. And the problem with that is, like I said, our energy is who we really are. Nothing external can replace that. And the biggest trick of the externalization system, my teacher, he has this concept, he calls it time coins, but really what it is, it's your essence, it's your life force, it's who you really are, your energy, like I was saying. But he calls it time coins, and it's a great way to really understand the concept on a deeper level. When we believe that something outside of us is where the value lies, is where the identity lies, is where the completeness lies, we become willing to exchange our time coins, our energy, our essence, who we really are, for these external things. And like I said, we have these experiences. Part of us gets stuck in the past. We distribute or disperse ourselves throughout time and space energetically. So we recognize on a deep, deep level, something is missing. I don't feel whole and complete. I don't feel like myself. And so we think it's the stuff outside of us that we don't have yet. And then people start to exchange or give of themselves for these external things. But the external thing cannot come in and create that completeness. It doesn't have any value on its own. It's only the value that has been assigned to it, or even the time coins that have been paid into it. And so as a result, people actually give of what could be the source of their completeness for these external things, And then they feel more incomplete. Like I said before, they reach these things, they achieve these things, and they feel empty. And so it's really all about how we organize ourselves in time and space, how we organize our energy, our essence in time and space. Because like I said, our physical body is always in the present moment. It's always fixed in this physical reality. But our energy is not. And so that's what allows us to get lost, to not know who we are, to feel incomplete. All of those different concepts, it's a result of how we've distributed our energy in time and space. And years back, when I was really at the end of my time of heavy drug use, I was addicted to cocaine, heroin, tons of stuff. I was in this relationship. I thought, oh, this is the thing that's going to turn my life around. I really love this girl. I'm gonna make a life for myself now. And so I decided I'd go back to college. I was in this relationship, but I was still doing drugs. I was drinking almost every day. And obviously the relationship was not going well. School was not going well. And it was the first time in my life where I really started to observe my patterns, my behaviors, how I was showing up in my life, who I was really being. And I started to really see, wow, I'm living this lie. I started to really see my life is so much worse than I thought it was. And I'm delusional to think that I'm going to somehow make it work while I'm still doing all these drugs. And so obviously, like I said, the relationship went terribly, school went terribly, and my life fell apart. It was already in shambles, like I said. And in that moment, when I made all those realizations, I realized, holy shit, my life is so much worse than I ever imagined. I've been lying to myself about who I am and where I'm at in my life and the reality of my situation. And it was so overwhelming. I didn't think I could get out of it. I was like, this is so much worse than I ever imagined. I don't know how I'm going to handle this. I don't know how I'm going to get myself out of it. I have so much healing to do. I have so much shit that I have to deal with. And I just wanted out. I didn't want to kill myself, but I just wanted to disconnect. I didn't think it was possible. I didn't think I had it in me. And like a few months later after that, I just kind of surrendered. I was like, I know this isn't who I am. I know this stuff that I thought was so important, I thought was going to, help me turn my life around. I know it's not going to work. I don't know. I just started saying, like, I don't know what I'm here for. I don't know why I'm here, what I'm supposed to do with my life. What's the point of all of this? I just got to that place of just letting go of all this shit that I realized was never me in the first place, was never true. And I didn't understand the mechanics of it at the time, but that allowed all of my energy, so much of my energy, to return to the moment, to come back from this past identity that I realized wasn't true, to come back from these future things that I had projected my potential for completeness into. And so much of my energy came back into the moment. And in that moment, I felt so whole and complete. I felt like myself for the first time in my life. It wasn't based off of what I did for work, obviously where I was at in my life, nothing like that. It was just my energy, my essence. I connected with it fully for the first time, consciously. And I knew in that moment, I was like, this is who I really am. This is what I've always been looking for. And in that moment, I also connected with future possibilities of my life, things that were really aligned with me, things that I was really here for. I realized it in the moment. I was like, this is who I really am. This is what I'm really here for. This is what life is really about. And it was all because I let go of all of this stuff that I had projected or that I was stuck in, my energy was stuck in, and it all returned into the moment. And in that moment, I had everything I had ever been looking for. The external things in my life didn't have to change at all because I felt so complete. And so that's literally the one shift that you can make that can change your life entirely in a moment. Don't wait for these future things or these external things to come in. It's about letting go of all of the future or past moments of time that we have distributed our energy into and allowing it to return into the moment to us. And that's really where that true sense of identity comes from, that true wealth, right? That's when our time coin account is full. And there's no external substitute for this. So if you like this video, give it a like, comment in if you have any questions, or if you'd like me to go deeper on any of the topics I discussed, and follow along for more videos like this. I'm going to be going really deep into all of these concepts.